Meet the motorcycle of today. Right, Carl, this is your machine. Tell us a bit about it.
It is. It's a 2006 GSXR 1000 K6 sports bike, obviously more modern day sports bike than some of the older ones. Obviously there's a lot more up to date now.
And what's the top speed?
This one will probably do, well, I mean most of them are restricted anyway, obviously for UK and that, but I would imagine, not that I can do it on these roads, but somewhere in the region of about 180 mile an hour, I thought.
That is really fast.
It's quick enough, yeah.
Yeah.
In the wrong hands, lethal. Brake horsepower is about 180 brake horsepower on this model. The top speed of roughly about the same. As you can see on the modern day sports bikes, it's all fuel injected nowadays, and obviously carburetor is a bit of a thing of the past, which gives you better performance, obviously lower maintenance, better power and economy too, depending on how you ride it. And obviously to back that up, you've got to have the brakes to go with it, which obviously these are a 4-pot hydraulic caliper, twin discs on the front, single on the back, which are all drilled, and obviously for air cooling purposes too, as they get very, very hot, as you can imagine, braking from a high speed.
Thank you, Carl. And now let's go back in time.
Oh yeah, we're getting close.
Yeah, well, I'm the chairman of the Burton District section of the Vintage Motorcycle Club, which is, well, really an international club, although the vast majority of members are obviously in the UK, but we have got them worldwide, South America, Australia, USA, so we've got a good membership. The club was started in straight after the war, in 1947, by a gentleman who sadly is no longer with us, Titch Allen, and his original aim was to preserve vintage motorcycles, and at the time they were all pre-1931. We now have a rule that the bikes must be more than 25 years old, but we have still got machines pre-1931, in fact as early as the very early 1900s, and I think we've got some here today that old. And currently our membership is hovering around the 18,000 mark. So the club's done well from its humble beginnings.
That's fantastic. And tell us, what are the members doing today with their bikes?
Well, today it's what we call our annual Burton Parade. It's the 33rd such occasion. We meet up here. We have a limit of 100 bikes. That's mainly due to fire regulations in the premises we use, and we usually get that limit. And we go off for a ride around the Derbyshire, Staffordshire and Leicestershire lanes through villages and let the general public see us hopefully and give us a wave. We have a coffee stop halfway around as a bit of a break, because the run's around 80 to 90 miles, so with some of these old machines it's quite a run. And then we get back here, we have a nice buffet and a bit of prize giving for the concourse machines, some of which you'll see as you look around.
It's just a Douglas and a Model D. I think there was ABC and this was D.
So when was it built?
This was 1911. And the first one, obviously the Model A, I think was 1907.
Yeah.
And I think every year they added another letter, yeah.
And you still ride it at rallies and different things?
Just, yes, selected events, should we say.
Well,
I hope there are no hills today, yes.
Is it a bit poor going up hills, is it?
Oh, well, I've got pedals.
This is a bicycle and a motor.
Oh, yes, you have to pedal it. Euphemistically, they call it light pedal assistance.
Yes.
LPA, and sometimes it needs some good pedaling, yeah.
So when does the engine work at the same time as your pedaling?
Oh yes. Yes. The engine's connected to the back wheel all the time.
Yes.
So you sit astride it and you pedal it off, and it's got a valve lifter, so there's no compression. In theory, you can turn the engine round, drop the valve lifter, and pop, pop, pop. We hope it goes away. On a bike like this, a bit of a challenge, yes, especially in the traffic.
Yes.
With no clutch. It's only got bicycle brakes on the front, and it's got a friction brake on the back on the belt rim. And when it rains, well, there's not much drive and even less brakes. So.
And what does it do to the gallon?
Good question. I don't know. I think it'll do about 80 miles to a gallon.
80?
Yeah.
That's very good.
Oh yeah. Well, the old vehicles were pretty economical. Some of them had very little tiny tanks as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but quite.
And is this like 4-stroke petrol?
Oh yes. All right. Some of the very early ones, you have to use stuff like lighter fuel, much more
ignites quicker.
Yeah, much easier to set it on fire, as you might say.
Vic, you're the secretary of this club.
That's right, of the Burton District section.
Yeah, and how long have you been secretary here?
7 or 8 years.
Yeah, and how many members are in the club?
16,500.
Of this club?
Well, we don't have section members as such in numbers. Anybody can go to any section. It's sort of a national club, well, international really. And I say there's 16,500 members, round about that, overall throughout the country, on a field group.
So you never know how many members you could have here?
Turn up. No, we usually get around about 35 to 40 turn up at the meetings each month, and the rides, depending on the weather, on how many, you know.
What do you think draws people to become members of the club?
Advice. They've got a terrific library in Burton itself, and a lot of advice, and you can buy spares there and all things like that. You know, there's a lot of help from people, experts in different fields of different motorbikes.
So I'm riding a Rudge Multi. It's 1921. It has the benefit of variable belt drive, so I can adjust the speed of the gear as I'm going along. So it means I can tackle hills. Some of these early veterans have to stop, change the belt, change the pulley, and then go up to the top of the hill, change the pulley again, and off they go.
That's amazing.
I can pull a lever and cruise up the hill. Very easy.
But you also cycle this as well, don't you?
You can cycle it, and some of the hills become so steep that I have to get off and run, of course.
Yeah. And what do you get out of being a member of the club?
Oh, Rocky. I've been a member for 25 years plus. It's a great body of like-minded people. We're interested in old British engineering when it was probably at its best, and keeping this sort of heritage going. That's what I like. I like to see all of these old bikes being used and ridden as they are today.
And tell me, you know, riding on a rally today like you are, I mean, do you ever get problems? I mean, more so
Constantly.
Yeah.
Constantly.
What is the usual common problem you have?
Well, on a bike like mine, the belt breaks, the belt snaps, so I have to have a spare belt and spare attachments to carry with it. But equally, you can get the bike can overheat, so the ignition can cause a problem, or a brake cable can break and you have to replace that, and it's all part of the fun, dare I say it.
And I think you need a bit of experience with these bikes.
Absolutely, you need to be able to do repairs at the side of the road, and most of the handbooks that were written in the period told you how to repair your bike at the side of the road. It's now that we're using these things like this that we put that theory into practice, and we have to repair them and keep the bikes going. That's all part of the fun of it.
Do you find when you're on the road that you get stares from motorists, you know, because you're riding an old bike?
All the time, and it does become a little bit unnerving, because what some of them do is pull in front of you and stop, and they don't realise that the brakes on these old bikes are less than bicycle brakes, so they're not very good, and it does cause a few moments, but you anticipate it, you get used to it.
go, Mike. John Stone with Jenny on the... Rob Scott come line with model 14 AJS. Again, mate. Now here's on the scene you won't see very well. Oh, yeah, we go. Sidecar. I'm on the lane.
It's a great body of like-minded people. We're interested in old British engineering when it was probably at its best, and keeping this sort of heritage going. That's what I like. I like to see all of these old bikes being used and ridden as they are today.